Hello everyone. Today we are going to explain the solution of the handout, the writing handout. As you know, in the handout, I asked you to write an essay, an expository essay about the negative impacts of divorce on children. I prepared a model essay. You can compare yours to mine. I started first of all with the title. This is the first thing you have to do when you start writing an essay. We start with the title. So, the title is Divorce, the Dark Side. When I say the dark side, it means the negative impacts or the disadvantages or the negative effects of divorce. Of course, we are going to start with the hook. We start with the hook. When two people decide to get a divorce, it isn't a sign that they don't understand one another, but a sign that they have at least begun to. This is the hook. Then I start with the background information. I mentioned here that divorce can have significant negative effects on children, often disrupting their emotional and psychological well being. And then I move to the most important part in the introductory paragraph, which is the thesis statement. I wrote a thesis statement in which it's the main idea of the essay, and in the thesis statement I have to explain to the readers what am I going to talk about in the body paragraphs. So the thesis statement here is two primary consequences are emotional instability and academic difficulties. So we are going to talk about two disadvantages or two consequences of divorce on children. The first one is emotional instability, and the second is academic difficulties. And as you remember, in the prompt, I asked you to explain two disadvantages or two consequences on of divorce on children. So I mentioned two consequences here in the thesis. Now we move to the first body paragraph. In the first body paragraph, I have to explain the first consequence, which is emotional instability. First, children of divorced parents often experience emotional instability. This is a topic sentence, يعني it's the main idea of the paragraph. Now I have to explain, I have to give examples. The separation of their parents can create feelings of confusion, sadness, and anger, especially if the divorce is contentious. They may feel torn between their parents, experiencing loyalty conflicts or fear of abandonment. This emotional distress can result in anxiety, depression, and difficulty trusting others, which can persist well into adulthood. So, in the body paragraph, I explained the main idea, which is emotional instability. Now I move to the second body paragraph in which I have to explain how divorce affect the academic performance of children. So I also start with the first sentence, which is the topic sentence. Divorce can affect a child's academic performance. This is the topic sentence. And now I have to give more examples. I have to illustrate. I have to explain, or I have to give examples by illustrating and explaining more using the supporting details. So I start with the second paragraph. Second, divorce can affect a child's academic performance. The stress of living is divided in a divided household can lead to difficulty concentrating, lower motivation, and a lack of emotional support. In many cases, children may also experience changes in living arrangements or schools, which further disrupts their stability and focus. As a result, they may struggle with grades and social interactions at school, exacerbating feelings in an inadequacy and frustration. This is the second body paragraph. Now I move to the conclusion. In the conclusion, I have to restate the thesis statement. So I use the transition in conclusion. Divorce often brings about emotional turmoil and academic challenges for children. So I restated the thesis, making it essential for parents to provide stability and support during and after the process to minimize these negative impacts. So in this essay, I wrote the title. This is the most important part. I start my essay with the title. I move to the introduction. I write a hook, background information, and thesis. And then I move to the first body paragraph, topic sentence with examples and illustrations. Second body paragraph, topic sentence, examples, illustrations. And then I move to the conclusion.